What if I told you that someone in your life might be using you so right now, and you still call it friendship? Most people only realize it when they're already emotionally exhausted, frustrated, and empty. They confuse being available with being valued. They confuse giving everything they have with being appreciated. And in that silent process, they slowly lose themselves, without even noticing. But there's a subtle and dangerous difference between someone who truly values you and someone who only values what you can provide. And today, you're going to see that difference with absolute clarity. The Stoics warned about this long ago. Epictetus taught that we shouldn't attach ourselves blindly to relationships, but instead observe people carefully, because it's not words that reveal intentions, it's patterns. And once you start seeing patterns, something changes. You stop living on emotional autopilot and begin to see reality as it is. Relationships are not defined by what someone says they feel about you, but by what they consistently show you. And if you ignore that, you pay with your energy, your peace, and eventually your self-worth. Now pay close attention because these signs are quiet, but once you see them, you won't be able to unsee them. Sign 1. They only show up when they need something. Days go by. Weeks sometimes. No message. No check-in. No real presence. Then suddenly they appear, always with a request, a favor, a problem that somehow only you can solve. And the moment the problem is gone, they're gone too. That's not coincidence. That's a pattern. People who genuinely care about you don't show up only when it's convenient. They are present, even when they don't need anything. As Seneca said, surround yourself with those who make you better. And that includes people who stay not because of what you give, but because of who you are. Consistency reveals character. Convenience reveals intention. And if someone only shows up when they need something, you're not a priority. You're a resource. Sign 2. The relationship only flows in one direction. You listen, you support, you show up, you give your time, your attention, your energy. But when you're the one who needs something, everything shifts. The conversation redirects. The focus returns to them. Your needs are ignored or minimized. It's like there's a constant flow, but always in the same direction. Because for some people, relationships are not about exchange. They're about extraction. And here's a truth most people avoid. Energy is a form of currency. We are always investing or withdrawing from our relationships, and when someone only takes, without ever giving back, the result is inevitable. Imbalance. If you pause for a moment and look around, who is truly investing in you? And if this is already helping you see things more clearly, subscribe to Stoic Spring. Because building this kind of awareness will change your life. You start protecting your inner peace and growing into a more grounded, mature version of yourself, and that changes everything. But there's an even more subtle sign, and perhaps a more dangerous one. Sign 3, they diminish your needs. When you finally express something you feel about something you need, the response is never understanding, it's judgment. You're overreacting. That's too much. You're too sensitive. Do you see what's happening? Your needs are being treated like a problem, and that's not accidental. People who use you need your needs to stay small, almost invisible, because the moment you start taking up space, they lose control. So they condition you to stay quiet, to accept less, to doubt yourself. But here's the truth. In a healthy relationship, your needs are not an inconvenience. They are part of the connection. If you have to shrink yourself to keep someone in your life, that person isn't connected to you. They're benefiting from you. And this leads to a signal that doesn't come from logic, but from your body. Sign 4, you feel drained, not energized. Pay attention to how you feel after spending time with this person. Not what you think, what you feel. Do you leave feeling lighter or heavier, energized, depleted? Because your body recognizes the truth before your mind accepts it. Genuine connection has a quiet effect. It makes you feel more whole, more present, more alive. But relationships built on use do the opposite. They drain, they wear you down. They leave a kind of emptiness that's hard to explain. It's as if with every interaction, a part of you is taken and never returned. And many times you ignore it. You justify it. You explain it away. You tell yourself it's just a phase and that the person is going through something. But the truth is simple. Patterns don't lie. If you consistently feel worse after being with someone, that's not connection. That's depletion. And ignoring this sign comes at a cost, because over time you don't just lose energy, you lose yourself. Now, the final sign is the clearest of all, and at the same time, the hardest to accept. Sign 5, they disappear when you set boundaries. The moment you say no, everything changes. The person who once felt close, available, even dependent on you, suddenly shifts. They pull away, they become cold, or they try to make you feel guilty, as if you're wrong for simply respecting yourself. But here's the truth you need to understand. People who respect you adjust. People who use you leave. And that's not a loss. It's a revelation, because boundaries don't push away the right people. They expose the wrong ones. And when someone disappears the moment you stop overgiving, you didn't lose a connection. You broke free from exploitation. Now understand this clearly. Being a kind person is not the problem. Being generous is not the problem. The problem is offering all of that without discernment. The Stoics believed in living with wisdom, and wisdom in this case means knowing who deserves access to your energy and who simply consumes it. You are not a resource. You are not here to carry everyone else while silently collapsing yourself. You are a human being with limits, with value, with dignity. And the sooner you understand that, the sooner you begin to surround yourself with people who truly see you, people who don't need you but choose you. And that makes all the difference. So from now on, observe, not just what people say, but what they do. Not just how they show up, but when they stay. Protect your energy, because it is, without question, the most valuable thing you own. And if you want to keep developing this level of awareness, strengthening your mindset, and learning how to protect your inner peace every single day, subscribe to Stoic Spring. This habit will transform the way you live and elevate your emotional maturity in a way most people never reach. Now tell me in the comments, have you ever noticed any of these signs in someone in your life?